And there's something for everyone in these drops, to be honest. I mean, this drop, I don't know if you saw, but we're giving away a Tesla, which I don't think has ever been done on the blockchain. I'm kind of hoping that Elon like sees a tweet about it or something. And but it's just there's something for everyone in every drop, and you can play to your ability, and it's just fun.
Welcome to Unraveling Crypto. Today I have a really special guest, Caroline. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too. So we met thanks to Christina with a K for brunch uh, during our Basel week here in Miami, which I have to just shout out you and your team sponsored basically the brunch very out of the nowhere, and it was just really a great time, so it just means a lot to us.
Yeah, no, we were just so excited, to be honest. And I was with Nancy Margaret, one of my
Hmm.
colleagues, and she's so amazing. And we were just so thrilled to be meeting other women in the space, doing big things, building. And we just, we wanted to sponsor the avocado toast and coffee.
That's true. So I always love to start, which by the way, I love Nancy, and connecting with her was also really cool. But I love to start the podcast always with a grounding practice. So what are you most grateful for right now?
Oh, wow. Uh, that's kind of a difficult question because I feel like I have so much to be grateful for. But I think I'm going to say today I'm very grateful for health, honestly, and being able to exercise. I had my workout this morning, which always helps me get started and have a productive day and get a lot done. And I'm just thankful, I don't have to work out. I get to work out, and I'm lucky to do so because I have good health. And it's just, it's something that sometimes I take for granted and I really shouldn't. And I need to keep in mind that I'm very lucky to be healthy.
Yeah. I mean, on Twitter, you're the one that motivates me to go to the gym because you always share that you're at the gym, and I'm like, what am I doing? I gotta move. So I'm grateful for that because it really does get me up my booty and get it working
That
out.
makes me so happy. That makes me really happy.
um okay, so what's your superpower? That one thing that comes to you most naturally, probably has always been since you were a little girl.
That's so that's so hard. So I always say I have this thing, and it might be weird, but like I have this thing where I say I've always wanted to be a ginger because I believe that every ginger has a talent. And I like don't know what I feel like a lot of people have different talents or quote unquote superpowers. And I just feel like I haven't found mine yet, which I'm okay with. I think I still have plenty of time to find it. But if I have to pick something that I do think I do well at and quote unquote could be my superpower, it's that I really like to encourage others around me. I like to make others feel good and feel like they can accomplish a lot and feel, you know, build them up and kind of tell them, encourage them, tell them what I see in them as strengths and so on. And I feel like that might be a superpower.
Oh my God, completely. And I was just gonna say, I think you're really humble. Yeah, because we all have a superpower, and it's like we always think of the superpower as this big thing, and in reality it's like you do it every day, and it's like your everyday thing. So I have to say, since we connected in Twitter, you definitely are inspirational, and you move people to make to do something. So I feel like I'll from this side, this is what I see.
I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, I'll say
um
that's my superpower.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Okay, so I always love when I see a really good bio, and I don't come across those often. But your bio is on Twitter, opinionated but delightful, gym addict, full-time Web3. I feel like that is such a beautiful bio. I don't come like I don't see them as often, but I had to share with everyone.
Thank you. It's hard. It's hard. The bio is so hard because you want to kind of come across as unique in a way, but also interesting. And I guess you can ask anyone I work with, but I'm very opinionated and I tend to have very unpopular opinions. And I never afraid to voice them.
That's another superpower.
I don't know. That one might not be so good.
Yeah. Okay, so I would love for you to maybe share with us and the community a little bit about you. I mean, it's really hard, but tell us where you are at with Web3 and what do you do?
Totally. So I work for ethFRENCHIE and Blokpax. The ethFRENCHIE is the creator of Blokpax, and I don't know that a lot of people know this about me or him, but Blokpax is actually we have a big team. We have about 30 people, and we've been in business now for a year and a half. But we've a lot of us obviously we've added people that specialize in Web3 and Solidity devs and so on. But before that, most of us actually worked together still in a Web2 marketing agency. So I've actually worked for Frenchie Jeff for about 6 years now, which is kind of wild. So I started in digital marketing, advertising, and so on. And then about a year and a half ago, we kind of jumped into Web3 and we haven't looked back since. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that's one of the one of the captivating things when we were discussing that you guys are like a large team, which is not something common that we see, especially in the Web3 space. Um,
Very true.
so
And
yeah.
it's funny because it's not like I tell people that sometimes and they're like, "Whoa, really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, seriously, like for real. We're
We
out
are
here.
for real.
We're legit."
um, is everyone like work from home or more of the office?
So it's kind of a split. We have an office. I'm at the office today, and we have a I would say 2/3 of the employees come in the office. We have a big, wide open space upstairs where everyone is able to work together and chat with each other throughout the day, throw ideas. It's definitely a great environment. That's actually, to be honest with you, I think it's one of my favorite part about work. I love the people I work with, and I love learning from them and being able to work with them on a daily basis. But I will say that our team of engineers usually tries to work from home because they say they don't get a lot done if they're here and we're bothering them.
Hey, it happens. So I also like one of the things that we discussed too was just like the team is like it's quite large too, but there's like a good diversity with women, and I feel like again the Web3 space we're growing, we're getting there, not there yet, but and I love to see that. And what do you like attribute this to?
That's a good question. I guess Jeff is great at hiring at hiring badass workers. No, we do our team. I wouldn't say it's half and half, but almost. We have a good amount of women on our team, and I I find it refreshing. I think it's great. We work hard, and I think it brings kind of a different vision at times and helps with certain things. And I feel like we all work together. And to your point, Web3 is definitely a space that needs to keep growing, but I think we're getting there, and I feel good about it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We're still growing. There's lots that needs to be improved, but I just like from when I started, maybe almost a year and a half to 2 years ago to where we are at now, it's like so vastly different. And I just love seeing just great quality people. Like at the end of the day, that's what you see. Okay, so what about like what was your past life before Web3? What did you do? So you were in marketing and an agency, right?
I was. So originally, I actually started in, I think right out of college, I started in digital marketing and I was a personal trainer. So that's where you get the whole fitness addiction right there. But I was in, I was kind of doing both. I was in digital marketing and then I had a side hustle with my personal training, taught cycling classes, kickboxing, and so on, which I loved. And I found I started developing a love for marketing and really wanted to throw more energy and focus in that industry. So I stopped doing personal training, but I still work out, and I focus my effort in Web2 advertising and marketing. So that's where my focus was prior to Web3, which, to be honest with you, a big part of my job today in Web3, which obviously I feel like this is for everyone in Web3, but it's hard to define a role because I feel like we just wear so many hats, we do so many different things. But to this day, obviously, it's still a big part of my job is marketing and advertising for our projects and trying to continue growing our community and raising awareness about what we're doing and the innovation that we are, you know, the innovation that we're doing in the space and so on.
Yeah, and I think to that you said everybody really has to wear many hats, especially in Web3, which is really great too because you get a lot of you expand your knowledge. But when it comes to marketing specifically, I think we're in a really unique space too because we are expanding the definition of what marketing really is with Web3. There's so many components, and I will pick your brain with a little bit of that later on, but let's like dive right on into like the really big meaty stuff. I actually I'm a little obsessed now with Blokpax. I like
I'm
during the
not gonna lie, I
research.
saw that maybe you bought some tax,
Yeah, I did.
maybe.
I was like, I need to know what's going on. And yesterday, like during the drive with my boyfriend, I was just like telling him all about it, like raving, like, and I'm like, hopefully I understand it. He's like, maybe, you know? So, you're like bringing old school, like childhood moments and bringing it into like a digital gamification experience. So tell us a little bit about what Block Packs really is.
Yeah, for sure. So first of all, I'm really glad that you got some tax, and I'm excited. And I'm actually looking forward to your feedback and see how you feel about playing and kind of getting involved. So I'm excited for that. And I appreciate you doing that because I know you have a lot going on too and you have your own projects. But ultimately, our goal at Blokpax is to create these long term, long term, these digital assets, I guess, digital collectibles with collect long term collectability. These I'm having a hard time speak this morning. Um, Meaningful digital collectibles with long-term collector thesis that people want to collect. And we obviously know that in order to do so, we have to onboard more IRL collectors into the space. So in order to onboard more collectors, what we do is we have our quote unquote RAS drops, which is a collect and earn model. So basically, we sell digital collectibles. To go a little bit more into it, they're called infinite moments. They are our Blokpax digital trading card, and these digital collectibles, these digital trading cards, which are kind of fun, by the way. They each of them highlight a different moment in history or sports and so on, which I think it's neat, and people love collecting them and so on. But anyway, so you buy these digital collectibles, and these infinite moments earn you entries into our RAS drop, which then get you real physical collectibles. So we take this experience to onboard Web 2 collectors, and we give them something that they're familiar with, right? We give them, real, the chance to win real physical assets. But in the process, we allow them to learn a little bit more about the blockchain and what it can do. I think a lot of people in Web 2 that are not as familiar with crypto and Web3 and everything we're doing are missing a big part of what we are all about, which is, you know, all the innovation that's taking place, the technology of the blockchain itself, what it allows us to do, what we're capable of doing with it. And I think a big part of us onboarding real life collectors comes in with really showing them what this space is all about and showing them what we're capable of doing and kind of hooking them in that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think I haven't really seen anything like this in the space, and it's a really unique approach. And I also feel like connecting with you in person and seeing ethFRENCHIE too, like I haven't met him, but just how personable he is just adds another like dimension and like trust. You build trust with the people coming in, and so there are many components within Blokpax, right? Like there's the like I'm like looking at my notes. So there's like the RAS drops, the infinite moments. So you like you were mentioning for you to be able to be a part of the RAS drops or gamification experience, you first purchase the infinite moments that you then rip, correct?
Correct. So you get to rent that, and it's a fun video game like experience where you have these packs, and you're gonna get to experience it. And you get these packs, and you go online, and we've got this fun music, and then your packs go into this like massive explosion of ripping, and you have different tiers and parallels of infinite moments. Like there's a black 101, there's gold, red. So every explosion is different, which kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat as you rip packs. You don't know what you're going to get, which is kind of fun. I still have yet to rip a black 101, but I have hopes.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then there's also the Card Geek Hall of Fame, correct? And like, what's that?
Right. So the Card Geek Hall of Fame is Blockpax. Blockpax's utility token. It's
Okay.
the PFP of our community. Owning a Card Geek gives you certain perks within the drops. You get to
Mm.
have bonuses, you get first access to certain things, access to airdrops, and so on. So being a card geek is, you know, kind of being a real, true block taxer.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I think it's like I said, it's very unique, and the way that it's being approached. Like, I also have to say, from like a user experience, I found it to be really cool because you really are onboarding Web 2 folks. Like, you can purchase this with a credit card, debit card, and I found that to be really cool. So you connect your wallet, and I also saw that in the website you had kind of like a step by step guide that was just easy to understand how you create a wallet. I don't know, I absolutely loved it, and yeah, I have to say like that process was easy. I was able to do it in a matter of seconds. I yeah, I haven't experienced something like that. I was like, your devs are really cool. And the design team, the
They
whole team.
are. No, they are. Our devs are truly a lot. They are truly, and I think, Solidity devs on every project, really, they are the real MVPs. And I know
Mm.
that they are often not at the front of the project, but they are the ones building everything and really making it happen. So I give a kudos to our team too.
Yeah. And okay, so with the many layers that come with Blockpacks, where if somebody is new, where should you direct them or where can they start?
So I think if you're at all interested in real physical collectibles, or if you're coming from Web 2, I definitely think you need to get into a drop. And I don't know if I don't know if we mentioned this, but our drops are very accessible. You can get in for $5. There are obviously a variety of different, you can buy one pack, which is $5, or you can buy a box that's $100. We have people spending $10,000, you have people spending $5. It depends what you're comfortable with, which is something that we really encourage with people. Definitely, make sure you buy what you can handle. Don't buy more. Don't overextend yourself. You can still have a fine experience buying one pack, $5. You get to join a great community. You get to learn more about Web3, and you get to experience the thrill of ripping packs again. So if you're Web2 or just really into sports cards or real physical collectibles, I would definitely recommend jumping into a drop, give it a shot, buy what you feel comfortable with, and join the community and come have fun. And I would say if you're already in Web3, I still think you should give our drops a shot. But we also have, as I mentioned, as our main focus is creating digital collectibles that will stand the test of time. We do have the Lost Miners, which is an incredible and historically significant collection that the team at Blokpax has created. We also have the very first officially licensed CryptoPunk trading cards, which have been really fun. So we're really here to create these fun, valuable digital collectibles that collectors want to collect in the space and want to keep for years and years and years.
Yeah, I think that is one of the things that you guys are doing really well. It's just making digital collectibles timeless, and also like grabbing something that is really big, and like physical collectibles are also really big, and adding a spin to it, adding your own unique, yeah, signature. And I feel that to be really, really awesome.
And
um
there's something for everyone in these drops, to be honest. I mean, this drop, I don't know if you saw, but we're giving away a Tesla,
yeah.
which I don't think has ever been done on the blockchain. I'm kind of hoping that Elon like sees a tweet about it or something. And but it's just there's something for everyone in every drop, and you can play to your ability, and it's just fun.
Yeah, I mean, we'll link everything here for everybody to kind of like go through and experience. But I think by the time that this episode will be out, this drop won't be like live anymore. But stay tuned so you can join the next one coming up. And it is like rounds of games and for you to qualify too. So there's like this excitement and bubbly experience that everybody gets. Um, but yeah, we will link everything here because I think this is something that everybody definitely, whether you are like no matter Web3, Web2, whatever, is like learn about it because it's really unique and cool. Um, I wanted to jump into the lost miners. So during our Basel week, we sat together and you shared to me about this really cool collection that was shared and dropped. And tell me a little bit more about this because this is like right before the merge happened. So if anybody knows here, the merge, we went from proof of oh my god, proof
Work,
of work
proof of
to,
work,
yeah.
proof of stake. Yeah.
So please tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so obviously, to reiterate our goal, in creating digital collectibles that are meaningful and have value, we saw, and by we, I mean, I mean, Frenchie had this idea and vision that, and I full-heartedly agree with him on this, that the merge is going to be significant forever, right? It has transformed the way the blockchain works. It has um, created significant environmental benefits, so I just think it's always going to be a part of history in crypto, and I think it's only going to gain significance with time. So as we saw the merge approach, we thought, well, there's going to be a final collection on proof of work, and there's going to be a very first collection on proof of stake. So why not shoot for the stars and try to figure out a way that we can grab one or both? And I remember vividly actually when Jeff was telling us this plan and, talking to the dev team about it, and they were just starting to talk about what they thought they could do about it and so on. Because it was extremely, if anyone is familiar with how the merge went on, it was extremely complicated to be able to pinpoint when exactly it was going to happen. Um, and I have full faith in our dev team, but I was like, deep down, I was like, there is no way we can do this. Like, that's insane. I cannot wrap my head around coding this. I couldn't even like wrap my head around it. And I remember waking up the day after the merge and seeing all these text messages from the team being like, we did it, which was so cool. So, and there's a white paper on what the dev team did there and how they accomplished that, which I highly recommend anyone actually interested in reading about it and finding out a little bit more. I think it's just a great story and quite the engineering feat. So I highly recommend for people to read that. But yeah, we were able to get last the very last collection on proof of work and the very first on proof of stake. And so proof of stake we're working on, but we have come out with the Lost Miners, which is the final collection ever mined on Ethereum. And I'm not gonna lie, I am obsessed with that collection.
I do see you tweeting a lot about it. I'm like, what is she talking about? I'm curious now.
It's just so cool, and it's just such a good story that just connects so well. And it's just so, we always say, like, we have this hashtag that's, it says it's hashtag they exist, because literally we just don't think that the lost miners need anything. They don't need anything else. They don't need any outside, like, they don't need, they simply exist and they're perfect as is. They are historically significant, and there are so many reasons why collectors should want to collect them. They don't need any utility or roadmap or any of that.
Yeah, and you know what? I think this is one of the things that I found, again, very unique, because a lot of the people, when they come in or when they want to create something, it's like a copy and a paste type of environment that you go into. So we want to build digital collectibles. Now we need to have a utility. Now we need to open up Discord. Now we need to do all of these different things. And I think with this, you're proving that there are different ways of creating in the space that don't need to replicate every single thing that's already been done. And that maybe even the utility is just how cool it is. It's just the art, or like it's just whatever that is. And I feel like that speaks volumes in a saturated space that just wants to like throw the word utility, like, what is this going to bring me? And yeah.
That's so true. Its utility can be that it is historically significant, and it's a long-term collectible that people just enjoy collecting, which, and I don't know if you know this too, but I think I'm so attached to this collection because of the process that we did in order to create it. So basically, obviously, we didn't know if we were going to get the final contract in the first one, right? So we couldn't really plan on like what we were going to do and have the art ready and so on. So when we got it, we went to the community and we told them, look, like, here's what we think we want to do with it. We want to do a story around miners because that's so significant in what happened here. And we want to have this artist, Charles, who's amazing. He's a local South Carolina award-winning sculptor, fine art artist, has a gallery, just unbelievable artist. And we went to the community and we said, look, we're going to be building this for the next, I think we said like 6 to 8 weeks or something, but we said, but we want to build it with everyone. So we want to show you guys every step like, we want to be fully transparent, show you all the art as Charles does it, take your feedback, work with you guys, truly take the term decentralized to a whole new level, and really create this collection that not only we are proud of, but the entire community is proud of. And then we actually ended with something, sorry, I'm rambling. We actually ended with something, okay, we ended with something called, speaking, let me brag about my Solidity devs a little bit more, but we ended with something called the Token Raider, which I feel like I still call it the Web3 dating app. They generated, I think it was like 50,000 miners, and they loaded them up on this platform, and everyone in the community got to create like a username and log in and basically thumbs up or thumbs down every miner. So we gave them a few days to rate the miners, and from there we literally were able to curate the collection with everyone's favorite. So every single miner that you see on OpenSea was curated by the community.
Okay, this again, cool, super unique. Have not seen it in the space, and I know like this might be a hard concept to wrap around your head if you're new in the space, like new to the space or don't know too much. And I'm also not going to sit here and say like I know how proof of work and proof of stake exactly works, but I don't. But it's just like how the blockchain, the ETH works. You know, it's like the fundamental stuff that, of course, we don't. Most of us don't know how the internet truly works. Like if you tell me how it is, I'm like I don't know. I just connect to the Wi-Fi and like
It just works.
and yeah, it just works. And so it's something. It's just like how it works behind the scenes, but it's really significant. So it's really like yeah, like you said, historical, significant. And I think it is kind of cool to just be a part of understanding a little bit more on that. And I don't know, just I find it awesome that you were able to get the first and the last and the final and then the first contract of the merge.
And
And that must have
it was
been
exciting.
sleepless. Okay. So moving a little bit now away from Blokpax, tell me a little bit about your role. So I know you do many different things, but what's like the one thing that you love the most currently?
Ha, I like that. Okay. Because to your point earlier, I feel like there's so many things that we do. I think I think my favorite part of it kind of ties in with the fact that we do wear so many hats. So I'm someone that thrives in a fast-paced environment. I love to work hard and I love to accomplish things. I'm very ambitious, and I think that my favorite thing in what I do is that I'm able to really push the boundaries, and I'm able to do things that I feel like I would not be able to do in Web 2. Like, I'm able to experience things and make connections with certain people and accomplish certain things and so on that I really don't think I would have the same opportunities in Web 2.
Yeah. And how do you, I guess, like, one of, like, for me, marketing and social media, creating content, like I said, the definition of that is really expanding in the space. How, like, what are your go to um, methods when it comes to marketing? I know you also tweeted out about email marketing that you like it, although a lot of people don't. And
Everyone hates it. I'm like, it's an email. I'm not gonna find out who you are. It's just like, give me like a, just create a new email and give me
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that.
So what are like the methods that you guys are using?
So I've had a lot of conversation about that with a lot of people, and what I'm finding, first of all, is that no one has really found like what really works. I think we're all still trying and experimenting. But I think one of the biggest thing that is different in Web3 marketing versus Web2 marketing is the messaging, right? So like, I spend a lot more time in Web3 marketing with messages like de-risking, right? Or, spending time kind of doing like, I feel like so many people think of crypto and Web3 as a scam that I have to spend a lot of time making people feel safer and de risking the product and de risking the experience and allowing them to kind of come in and test it out for themselves and really see that we're legit, we're a real team, and this isn't bad. So I do think the messaging is very different, and I think the targeting is very different as well. Mainly that we don't have as much accurate data in Web3 just because it is so decentralized. So that makes it a lot harder to kind of put things together. But yeah, I would say messaging, de-risking, and then another thing that I've been putting a lot of effort into is networking and building, trying to make our community stronger and stronger and stronger in order to raise more awareness about the projects that we're doing and creating a stronger organic engagement, because I really think that organic engagement in Web3 is important.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I guess I want to reflect back with this last part is that Web 2 became a lot about placements. It became a lot about like buying and it's just like a lot of the times every marketer wanted to just do a Facebook ad or do a billboard or do these type of things without actually reaching organically, without even sometimes marketing products that are really shitty, and you can't market
Uh-huh.
shitty products. It's like it is what it is. So I think with what you are building, the feedback you're getting from the community, that's data right there, that's essential to like reiterate and like pivot and like your messaging and what you're saying, because I think marketing will forever be an experimental process. It's never like a one go. So I love that. What have
That's a
been,
good way to
would you
put it.
say, like, yeah, what have been your like big like wins? What would you consider a marketing win that you've experienced so far?
Whew, a marketing win. Hmm. I think a marketing win. I think I'm going to answer this correctly, but I think, as I mentioned, we put in a lot of effort into de-risking the product and the experience for people, mainly that we onboard Web2 so much. And I think we have, I am proud to say that we have found great success in onboarding Web2 and collectors into the Web3 space, and we've had a great retention rate. And I think one thing that's worked well there for us is a lot of the times we do a money back guarantee, to be honest with you. So if someone that's a real life collector that has not experienced Web3 yet wants to get into one of our drops, and he or she is worried about not liking it, or just not wanting to continue with it, we have provided this money back guarantee where it's like, come try it, just give it a shot. And if you don't like it, literally we will give you your money back, and you don't have to you don't have to hang out with us anymore. And I think we've been doing this for the last maybe 6 drops or so. I need to look back, but I think we've had one person take the money back offer.
That's awesome though, because it's like you're so confident in what you're creating that you're like, listen, like if it's not gonna work out for you, then it is. Then here it is. But you're like confident in what you're building.
Literally, I mean, we are just, and I don't know if you've ever heard Frenchie speak, or, but he's an extremely passionate collector. He, he has so, to him, it's the thrill of ripping packs again and so on. And it's just so contagious. And he 100% believes in the product. And so do I. And it's really fun. And you get to meet new people, and you get to expand your personal collection, and you get to experience new things. And I really don't see someone not finding something that they like in the Blokpax experience.
Yeah. What about, real quick, what about any maybe like lessons you've learned that you're like, oh, that definitely didn't work?
Oh, well, I don't know about that. I will say one thing: nobody reads. Like, no,
Yes, that's
like,
so true.
kind of like, I know that's like, I'm kind of just kidding, but like, literally, I feel like nobody reads, and I understand that everyone takes in information differently, and I appreciate that. But then you add the Web3 speed and the speed at which everything moves, and you really find yourself with a very short attention window
Mm.
that is very hard to capture and talk about a project with it. It's like I feel like I have 10 seconds to tell you about Blokpax, and it's hard.
Oh my
So
God,
I
I
think
feel you.
I think the biggest lesson is, trying to is failing so many times at explaining what we do. And I feel like we've come a long way. And, now we're able to explain it a little bit better and communicate what we do and communicate our mission here. And that was a valuable lesson. No one reads.
I mean, I think I couldn't relate more, and I feel anybody that is like a founder or part of a team will 100% agree with you. It's like you put out a wiki, a white paper, you put out all of these things, like, get informed, and nope, it's still just like it's not top priority. Okay, well, to wrap up, I want to share. To wrap up, I always do a lightning round. So, a series of questions that you just answer as fast, quickly, and concise as possible.
Whew, okay,
Are you ready?
I'm
Okay.
good.
What's your favorite book?
Ah, uh, that's a tough one. Ooh, I'm gonna go old school and say, mm, I can't pick one.
Or
That's
podcasts, maybe?
hard. Or pot. Um, I'm gonna say my favorite book. I'm just gonna say Pride and Prejudice because it's an
Okay.
old school. I love it. It's good. Just I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that.
Okay. One piece of advice to share with the world right now.
Smile.
What happened? I couldn't
Said
hear you.
smile.
Oh, I
Smile.
love that. Oh, yes. Okay, your go-to drink.
Coffee and wine, not
One.
together, separate. Do I have to pick one?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
This is we can play with this. One thing you can't stand.
Slow walkers.
Your favorite show.
Sport documentaries. Like all of them. Obsessed. I will
Hmm,
watch anything that's a sport documentary.
I like that. Your favorite place on earth.
So I've actually been very lucky that I've been able to travel a lot. I'm originally from Canada. My parents lived in France for a while, and very lucky that I've been able to go to a lot of places. But I will have to say that I think my favorite place on earth is a beach called Debadoo, and it's in South Carolina, and
Hmm.
it feels like home.
Oh, I love it. I have to check it out now.
Mhm.
And what do you love most about yourself?
I think my favorite thing about myself is my ability to make others feel good about themselves.
It's a wrap. Oh, thank you so much for just coming on, sharing, and like just connecting. I absolutely love connecting with you. And we kicked it off, and I'm like on Twitter all the time, like connecting with you, and like it feels really good. Where can people hang out? Where can they see you and
Well,
talk
to
to
your
you?
point, so Twitter obviously is a great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Carofine on Twitter. I think my handle is all Carofine, so ALL Carofine, and I'm pretty active on Twitter usually. And then other than that, I'm in the Blogpacks Discord and I try to be as active as I can. One of my favorite parts, obviously, is being with the community and getting to know everyone. So I'm in there, I'm on Twitter, and I just love engaging with everyone.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for being here. I hope everyone has a beautiful day and can't wait to the next episode.